Hey guys, today I wanted to do a little tribute in my sketchbook to this frog that I just happened to come across while we were camping. It's kind of really lucky actually, because it's kind of silly, but for the past couple of years, or I guess last year, I was really geared up to catch frog, and I can't remember why I thought that I was gonna see a frog last year. I must have been going somewhere, I don't know, that had frogs. I don't know, but I didn't. And it's a creature that I miss. I have a lot of memories growing up where my cousin and I would go camping, and that was just something that we did. We would find tree frogs during the day, and some kids would find huge toads that we would carry around. I know it's kind of mean to the frogs, but they're just so cute. I really, really like frogs in general, and we don't seem to have a lot of them here. I think that they are out there. I've definitely walked past the train tracks and heard a bunch of frog noises and things like that, so they must be around. But the fact that we never actually saw a tree frog again kind of freaks me out. Like, I don't know if that's just because of our timing or our location, or if it's just the condition of the world as it is now. But yeah, it was the last day camping. My husband woke up in the middle of the night. It was probably 2 in the morning maybe, and he didn't really know if he should wake me up to use the washroom, as one does when you're camping. My point is, like, when I came out, at that very exact moment, a frog hopped across the sidewalk, and it was a frog, and I immediately just was like, oh my god, it's happening, I'm reaching for a frog, this is actually happening. And I held the frog for a little while and probably tortured him in his perspective, but I was so happy, and it was exactly what I wanted to experience. It would have been nice if it was during the day, but apparently maybe frogs aren't out during the day. And that's why I haven't been able to see them. Maybe they're just strictly night animals, and so I didn't have my camera, and even if I did, it would be too dark to see anything. So it was definitely just an experience for myself, and I wanted to draw a picture of him. And I'm doing this in my regular sketchbook that beforehand I was kind of just ignoring, because before I was mostly focused on making art pieces, like finished art pieces, and now that I've just been building up art pieces toward nothing really, I've gone back to devoting a lot of my energy and time to just sketchbooking. And I have so many that are just sitting around waiting. I wanted to do this one, which I made myself. It's full of, gosh, what is this? This is Art Again. What is this called? Is this Strathmore, I think? Right, this is a Strathmore 400 series. Art Again, which was discontinued at a local art store, so I grabbed it, and it's filled with like pink and different shades of gray. I do have exact copy of this sketchbook in my shop right now. It's the one with the snails on it, so if you're interested in something like this, you can get it there. But this one is definitely, because of the colored paper, I'm sticking with mostly opaque dry media on this one, and pencil crayons are really great for that. They look pretty good in here, so that's why I'm using the pencil crayon. And that's what I took with me camping. But I don't know, I just really have been enjoying the pencil crayons while I was away. And I know you all probably have heard the story of, like, when I first got into watercolor. These pencil crayons I got 2002 maybe. Maybe even earlier. It was something that wanted for a very, very long time. Throughout adolescence, like especially in high school, my friend and I would talk about Prismacolor pencil crayons and how amazing they must be. We were using something like Laurentian, which was, it's made by the same company, so it has the same really soft waxy core and really, really, really nice wood. And those were like student grade. Those were cheap. You can get them for $10 for a set of 24. And so those are the ones that I would get for school. And my friend sometimes, if she was lucky, she had the Prismacolor Scholars for a little while, and she let me use them. And they were very soft. And we would just talk about pencil crayons all the time. And it was just the thing that we used. And we used them so hard that I'm pretty sure that I permanently damaged my index finger. Like, even when I'm using pencil crayons now, I push way too hard and it tenderizes your fingertips and numbs them a little bit. But yeah, we definitely use them too hard, and I do have some really old sketchbooks where I had too many layers on, so it goes white after a while, and you have to go back in your sketchbook and rub all the wax bloom off all the time. But yeah, by the time I got these, my mom bought a box of art supplies for me, which was the most thoughtful gift that anyone ever gave me. And she got me like a box of 72 pencil crayons, which at the time was probably $100. And it's kind of a gigantic deal. And at the time I had already gotten into watercolor, and I really was into that. And so by the time I got these pencil crayons, I was no longer patient enough to use them. I liked how fast watercolor was at covering spaces, at blending colors. Pencil crayons are kind of clumsy in that if you want to mix colors, you have to be really kind of patient. You have to find the colors. It's a little bit like acrylic painting where you have to mix everything on the spot, whereas with watercolor everything is just there and it's ready to go and it mixes instantly. So I never really got back into them, and I always kind of felt bad because I was like, I have these really expensive pencil crayons that are really nice and I never use them for anything. And so when I moved here, I figured out that if I just destroy the box that it came in and I put the trays just on the shelf so that I can see all the colors at one time, that I would start using them. And I did. I've started using them, and they are being used, and it's great. So yeah, and these are the original, well, semi-original Prismacolors as well. They're like the ones that were made in the late 90s before they were bought out by a different company. So the cores are perfectly centered. The wood is still really nice and soft. So it will probably suck if I run out of these and have to buy new ones that are apparently just not as good. But yeah, like I've tried Polychromos and other brands, but I just can't get over how soft and squishy these ones are, and that's what I like about them. Even if every time I sharpen to a very fine point, it breaks. That's kind of annoying, but yeah, and I finished it off with some of these Coliro paint, although I think this is technically when it was still called Finetec. Yeah, just for that extra sparkle that I like to finish it. And now I have this cute page in my sketchbook / art journal, I guess. Since a lot of the things that I have been drawing in this are things that remind me of places I've been and stuff I've seen. So yes, I hope you enjoy this one, and let me know in the comments, what was your first art supply love, and have you ever or would you ever go back to it someday? And just a reminder, my schedule is suddenly wide open as I am between jobs, and so my pet illustrations or other kinds of commissions are wide open. There's a link in the description for that. art commissions make really, really great gifts. Thank you for watching this, and I will see you next time.